Hey there, football fans. Well, we've got another great week of action. This is week 5. It's hard to believe. We're almost halfway through the year. But we've got a battle of the unbeatens, and this is going to be a great game. They each have had an off week, so they're both 3-0, not 4-0, but a tremendous matchup, and that, of course, would be Orange Park at Lee. Orange Park, under Danny Green, the new coach from Columbia, doing a great job. They've got a lot of balance. They've got 3 players that have 150 rushing yards or more, so tremendous balance there. They also have a very tough defense. And coming off just an outstanding win last week over Bartram Trail, one of the best teams in Class 5A over the last few seasons, and they had no problem with the Bears, beating them 28-14. So they definitely passed the measuring stick game there. This will be another test. Lee has been on a roll as well, just absolutely been dominating. They had a close Week 1 win over Parker, but since then have been outstanding. They've scored 110 points in their last 2 outings, so their offense has really been explosive. The other game that I think is going to be really fun for guys to get out and watch and is really going to tell us a lot about these two teams is White at Mandarin. Now, each of these teams do have a loss, but they come into this game 3-1. Mandarin really has a great young quarterback in Jonathan Pillow. I say young, he's a senior, but he's young in of the earth, and he's doing a great job under first-year coach Jason Robinson. They got a big win last week. Their only setback was to Jackson. Certainly no shame in that. Meanwhile, White has got an outstanding running back duo right now in Casey Turner and Leon Jackson. They got a win over First Coast last week. That's obviously a tremendous momentum builder for them. Over 400 total combined rushing yards and 5 touchdowns for those 2 players for White in that game. So it's going to be an outstanding matchup. Can Mandarin's defense hold up against White's outstanding running attack? It's going to be a great night. A lot of questions will be answered, and it should be exciting.
Welcome to high school football in St. Johns County, Week 5. We're nearing the midway point of the season, and so far it's been the usual suspects. St. Augustine and Nice running away with it, both undefeated, facing some big games upcoming. The game of the week, Daytona Beach Mainland, 4-0, visits Nice this week. It's a rematch of last year's game, 130-14 by Nice. Both teams state-ranked. Mainland in 5A, ranked number 4. Nice, 3rd in Class 4A. That should be a good game. Nice has never lost to a team from Volusia County in the last decade. Nice 5-0 against teams from that center. Daytona Beach Mainland, Daytona Beach Seabreeze, and New Smyrna Beach. Panthers 5-0 in those games. So history obviously on the Panthers side. Some more games. Creekside 2-2 visiting 3-1 Menendez. A big win last week for Creekside. They won 10-0 over ACD. Menendez actually held tight for a half against St. Augustine before losing big in that one, 41-0. St. Augustine back at home. The Jackets are 3-0. They host Middleburg this week. Should not be a trouble spot there for the Yellow Jackets. Defense continues to reign on that one. Ponte Vedra back at home after a huge win last week, the first in program history. On the road, went down to Orlando Agape Christian and came away with a big field goal at the finish with no time left to win that one 33-30. Another game, St. Joseph. First time it's played at home this season. They host winless Eaglesview. St. Joe coming off a bad district loss last week, 54-7 to University Christian, so the Flashes going to try to get back on track in that one. Last but not least, Bartram Trail visiting Orlando, or Altamont Springs, Lake Brantley, that's near Orlando. Both of those teams have had a little bit of bad luck this season, both 2-2, so one of those will be under 500 after this game. Bartram, a bad loss to Orange Park last week. They were never even in contention in a 28-14 loss to Orange Park. Check with you again next week for another edition of St. Johns County Football.